Barry, I have to tell you that I am so happy that you're here so that I can lean on you for this story, because
Tough
it is
one.
Not an easy one to talk about, no, but that's exactly why we're going to do it today.
Yeah, journalist Steve Hartman, who you'll recognize from CBS Mornings and the Evening News, is known for stories about kindness and the human spirit, but in a new documentary, he shares the heartbreaking reality of families who've faced their worst fear, losing a child in a school shooting.
He and his photographer, Lou Baub, were invited into the homes of these families to capture rooms filled with color and life, the less tangible reminders of children lost too soon. Take a look.
Her room, no, that was her safe place.
When that time comes that that room is not there, does she go away?
Steve joins us now via Zoom to have this important, very difficult conversation. Steve, thank you so much for spending some time to talk about this with us.
Thanks for having me.
You said in the documentary, which is now on Netflix, that for years you were asked to do these uplifting stories, and in a way it felt like you were whitewashing what was actually happening. So is that what inspired this project?
It is. That's partly what inspired it. I had to cover them, and at the end of the week, I was asked to do something that restored people's faith in humanity, kind of. And so you'd find the hero teacher or the community coming together, something like that. And I don't know, I just got tired of doing it. And more importantly, I felt like the country was growing numb to the tragedies. And I felt that way, I guess, because I was kind of growing numb to the tragedies, and I was moving on after each one more quickly, and I was forgetting the schools, and I was certainly forgetting the victims. And I just felt like before we ever tried to solve this problem, we needed to feel the weight of it again. And that's what the documentary is all about.
Yeah, Steve, you're a parent. Heather and I are both parents. I watched, as many clips as I could to see what you were doing. Was so touched by so many things. I know when my daughter went to college, I would just walk by her room that freshman year and break out in tears. Yeah. And that's a lot of what you're doing, are these parents almost keeping these shrine types of things, because they actually said within your piece, they're afraid if they take down the room, they will be admitting that they're fully gone.
Yeah.
How does that all flesh out for them in dealing with that, the keeping the rooms and keeping the memory alive?
Yeah, it's both it's agony and it's comfort all at once. And I kind of, went through the same thing you did after a school shooting. And, I would go by my kids' rooms, and I would think what it must be like for the parents after they lose a child in a shooting so suddenly, to go back and be in that space. And I felt like maybe that was a way to tap into the nation's empathy again, to make us feel empathy again. And what I discovered was, for a lot of parents, they do preserve the rooms because it's just too hard. It's almost like another stage of grief that they have to go through. And it's a really hard stage of grief, to pack up everything, because it's like a final goodbye. It's like admitting once and for all that their child is gone. So the rooms survive. The rooms survive sometimes years after the shooting, and sometimes exactly as they were, frozen in time. Beds still unmade, dirty clothes still in the hamper.
Wow.
And even just talking about this, I have the feeling in my gut. I remember being glued to the TV when Uvalde happened. And my husband had taken our young kids down to the playground, and I was just glued watching this, tear. I know collectively as Americans, we were all crying watching this. And I ran down to the playground just to be with them, to absorb that moment. And I think that you're wondering in those moments, and your documentary bringing this about, where do we go from here? What do we do? We watch this. What do we do with this?
Well, it's interesting because the film, it's directed by an Academy Award nominated director named Josh Seftel. And he and I were of like minds, that we did not want the film to have an agenda at all. We did not want, the film never mentions guns, for example. We firmly believe that before we even start to talk about any solutions, we had to just regroup at the starting point. And I think the starting point is empathy, and to care about this issue again, because if the rest of the country is kind of like I was, we'd glossed over this and sort of moved on. So that's the objective of the film, and I think if enough people watch it, that I'm hopeful that whoever needs to come up with the next solution, and I'm guessing it's probably out of Washington, that they'll gather together and they'll be motivated to solve this once and for all. But the key is getting enough people to actually watch the documentary.
Yeah, looking at these pictures as we're looking at these children, it's tugging at my heartstrings. Steve, I would argue, and I think I would win the argument, that you are probably one of the best, if not the best storyteller in the world. We know your name. We've seen so much of the storytelling that you've done, the joy and the sorrow. Yeah. And I want to talk about those two words because I've heard you mention that when you were talking to these parents in this insane grieving situation that we can't totally understand, you found, interestingly, both sorrow and joy. How did that work out?
Well, I guess I kind of knew this before I went into it, but I was certainly reaffirmed that the parents really want the world to know their child. That's probably paramount. And when you get to know a child, there's a lot of funny things about them. So going around the rooms, yes, it's sad, it's frozen in time, it's gut-wrenching, but there's also laughs in those rooms. Yeah. And we spent a lot of time just telling stories about the kids and laughing about what the kids do. And I think that's maybe part of the reason for the success of the film is that, you know, you see a little bit of your own child in these rooms.
Yeah.
I know for me, if I watch news coverage of a school shooting and I see the picture of the beautiful child that was lost and you just see the name and the age and, you know, it's easy to dismiss that as somebody else's child.
Yeah.
But I think when you look around the rooms, because you're seeing some of the same things that your kids have,
right.
It's just right. different. It becomes your child.
Yeah. That's why I find myself here because you can see these feel like your children. They feel like it could be you so easily.
The celebration and the joy of that life, sure.
Steve, thank you for reminding us that empathy is step one, and we're so lucky to have had you join us today.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you for having me.
Steve Hartman, we want to thank him again for joining us. You can watch all the Empty Rooms right now on Netflix.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. And you can see Steve and Lou's award-winning CBS News report, the one that inspired this documentary, right on our website. We will have a link for you there. We'll be right back.